Morning, fellow traders. Bubba here. It's time for the Good Morning Market Prep for Tuesday, November the 10th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great night last night. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, let's check see where we left off the market yesterday. So SPX, again, monthly chart, we pushed over the upper Bollinger Band here and hit all-time highs yesterday, but had trouble staying above the upper Bollinger Band yesterday. So you can see the weekly chart, we put in a shooting star candle. The daily chart, we put in a shooting star candle as well. So what we're assuming at this point here is we broke out of this geometric line, this sideways geometric line here, which is looking like a triangle, and we may be done with this impulsive wave up, right? So we're assuming right now this is an ABC, wave 4, and now we're working on a sub-wave 1 of a larger wave 5. So now we're just going to track and see how far we pull back, right? So if we fill this gap right here, we got the 382 as potential 382 bounce for a wave 2. Otherwise, the more common 618 wave 2 fills this gap down here and gives us a nice bounce off of the cloud and the 50-day moving average. If we push our way down, right, we have this open gap down here too that would get us in basically into that golden zone area and back to the fresh upward trend line. So we'll see how that goes as well. So we'll be keeping an eye on this too. SPY, again, huge volume yesterday with a big pullback. Let's take a look at the S&P futures and see how they're behaving or misbehaving here this morning. So one of the big things we pointed out yesterday was the finishing up of this wave 5 move. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, ABC 4, and then 5 to finish up yesterday. It looks like we even got like a little bit of an extension off of that. And then now we formed some fresh signal zones this morning, like this nice base rally here. We've already bounced off of that level. So keep an eye on this geometric line, keep an eye on this level here. We have some signal zones below that could still be tested. But again, if we get over these levels and over the overnight highs, we might see a nice push up here to basically the scene of the breakdown. So we'll see how that goes into the rest of the morning. The MES, again, same stuff. We're just basically going to be tracking this. It really looks like a triangle here, kind of going into the open. So let's see how that holds going in today. We might see some more action today, one way or the other. Let's take a look at the Qs. Again, Q is still channeling down from yesterday. Again, it was a big triangle breakdown yesterday and still just kind of relatively weak. They're trying to give a little bit of a rally here, so let's see if we can get out of this channel here this morning as tech got hit pretty hard yesterday. The IWM seems to like the idea of a vaccine the most, right? So small caps doing okay there, right? So airlines, cruise lines, things like that. And the banks were pretty strong yesterday too. So let's take a look at the XLF. They're gapping up this morning too. Is again this nice relative move up right here, kind of that falling wedge breakout. And it wasn't until the XLF really started to push down did the rest of the market really flush. So again, as go the banks, so go the market. So it's gapping up here this morning. So let's see if that can hold and kind of carry the market. Otherwise, look, if they decide to fade, we might see a push down in the market too to find some fresh waves down. Let's take a look at Apple here this morning. So Apple, again, gapping down a little bit, but trying to rally here pre-market. So let's see how that holds. It's pretty important for Apple to hold a couple of these key daily levels, right? We talked about it yesterday. We're at the cloud, the 50-day, and the 8-day. So this is kind of an important area for it. Below here, below the cloud, you got this open gap below. And, that could get pretty nasty. Let's take a look at Tesla. Again, so Tesla is still stuck in the triangle right here. Tried to do an inside day up and then ended up with an outside day yesterday. And it's down here pre-market again with the rest of tech. So that's definitely one to keep an eye on as well today, as always. A couple names that are on the radar, of course, are Beyond with some earnings misses yesterday. They missed on earnings and revenue. Looks like just a kind of a retrace right now. So, I mean, just if we do a quick Fibonacci on this here just from the drop. Right, we're about a 382 retrace right here. So kind of look at that, see if that holds as resistance. We might test the after hours lows below there. Could get nasty because on the daily chart, right, we're looking at a potential gap and go to the downside as we gap below a couple major pivot levels right here. The next major level below is 88, right? And it looks like we have some open gaps here too that could get tested. That 102 range is in here, but it looks like we've got a little bit of room here. High was 95.47. Yeah, there's an open gap down here that could be tested as well. So if Beyond wants to get wild today, so we'll see how that goes. If Beyond wants to get real, let's take a look at Nikola and see how that's behaving here this morning. Nikola with earnings yesterday. Again, we're basically just kind of flattish gapping up a little bit here this morning. I mean, just from yesterday's close. So who knows where this company's going to go. It's a tough one to trade these days, but as of now, still not trusting it. Roku is one we pointed out last night as one that could potentially gap down. So let's see if it gets any downside follow through this morning. It already made a little bit of a rally and kind of a push down. Let's see if it finishes that wave down here this morning. Disney, one to keep on the radar here too. Nice gap up yesterday again, opening their theme parks. It's a big one. We talked about this. We profiled this one on the the Elliott Wave Show on Sunday. I was looking at it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC bull flag pullback right here, and of course it looked like we were breaking out of there, and we got that gap up yesterday. So just kind of keep an eye on it, see if we get some relative strength on it, and where we go from there. A couple other names that are on the radar, of course, Square. So Square actually got an upgrade this morning, but not really behaving too much on that. And Boeing. So Boeing again had a big day yesterday, so it basically got right to the 200-day moving average, and now we are gapping up above it. Now Boeing does like to do this, but I really would have liked to have seen a stronger close above the 200-day. So it's kind of up at 86 here with the 186 with the FAA news. So keep an eye on Boeing here over this 188 level. Could get pretty interesting for it, and we'll see if that can get some continuation today. Anyway, good stuff, guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody has an awesome trading day today. We'll catch you guys at the lunchtime market update. Until then, stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game.